it's impossible to
Hello my demons and angels. Today I'm going to show you how to draw Akuma from my manga Broken Wings. So first I'd like to show you a couple of my early drawings of Akuma just to give you an idea of what he looked like in the beginning, and just so you know that this doesn't happen overnight. It takes a lot of practice. I've drawn him so many times, so obviously he looks very different from when he did when I first started drawing him. So this isn't going to be a very technical tutorial because I'm not good at teaching. This is going to be a front view. And first I start with a circle. Most of the time I start with the circle. And then I draw a line going down, vertical line, and it goes outside of the circle. This is where the chin is going to be. And I just pretty much eyeball it, whatever I think looks good. This is why I'm not a good teacher. On the edges of the circle, I start outlining the outside of the face, and it sort of curves inward. And then, like, I stop at a certain point to where it really curves in toward the chin. I leave a space on the bottom, like this, so that he has a broader chin. Like, if you look at my early drawing, I always drew a pointed chin, which there's nothing wrong with that, it's just the style. Now I go for a little bit more realistic style, and I like to leave a broader chin. Next, I draw a horizontal line for the eyes. These two lines are where the eye is going to be inside of. And his eyes are very small and very narrow. I draw his eye at like a slant like this. And then it points at the edge very much because he has demon eyes. So you can get like this kind of shape for his eye. It's perfect. I leave a space in between almost large enough to fit another eye in. A third eye like in the middle. That's how I judge how much space to put in. Of course, you draw circles, not like a full circle, it cuts off because of the eyelid. And he has a slit in the middle of his eye. So I just draw a line. Next you draw his eyelid, which is basically a copy of this line right here. You're just drawing it above it. Eyelids are pretty easy. Next is the eyebrows. I start just a little bit over from where his tear duct would be. His eyebrows are always mad looking, so put them at a slant. At the end it starts to curve more downward. I used to draw just one line for the eyebrow, but now I make it full looking because I like the realistic style now. It's a little less cartoony anime style. So I do eye bags for Akuma. They like come out on the side like this, and then they go down. It's kind of like with the eyelid, you copy this line, except for it comes down more and it stops like in the middle of the eye. I like giving him eye bags because it gives him a more scary, tired kind of look, I guess. So the hardest part whenever I was learning to draw male characters, anime characters, was the nose. About where the face curves in toward the chin, that's where you would put the nose, like right here. I just do two triangles basically without the bottom, or two arrows pointing up. That's the nose. And you can add like a little curve on the top to give it some depth like this, or you can add like its sort of shadow that it casts down to give it more depth. It's up to you. I always drew 2 dots, and usually it wasn't centered. It was always hard for me, like, especially when he was like turned away like this. I feel that this kind of nose looks a little more realistic and more masculine. So if you can practice that, I think it's really helpful. Next is the mouth. I feel like his face is a little too short. So I'm just gonna extend it just a tad. You don't have to do that, but I feel like his face needs to be a little longer. You don't have to do any of these things really, this is just my style and I'm just showing you how I do it. So for his mouth, I usually start on the edge, wherever his mouth is going to stop. I curve sort of upward first, and then go down. And then I do the same thing on the other side and go down. Other facial expressions, if you want me to show you how to do those, I can do it another time. And then I do a bottom lip, which is optional. It's just a curve. It's shorter than the mouth. So now you got his face. Sometimes I put a couple of lines around this area. Next, I either do the ears or the hair. First, I'll just start with the ears, where the nose begins. That's where you start putting the ears. That's how I judge anyway. Half of his ears are usually covered up by his hair, so that's pretty much all I do. You can add the bottom, I don't know what you call this part of the ear. The outer ear. So for the hair, looking at my old drawing, I mean his hair looks fine, but now I like to do more wavy looking hair, very natural looking. The middle line that you did at the very beginning, start like around there, and I curve outward, curve back in, and then curve out again like an S shape. And it goes down between his eyes. And then you add the curves at the end that go in different directions. Yeah, I'm not a very good teacher. I really suggest watching Mark Crilley. His videos are very good. He's very clear with his explanations. Basically, I start at a starting point where his hair starts out like the roots. I like to make his hair like go in like this around his face. And then of course his hair covers his ears like this. I don't know if you noticed with my style, I like making hair very thick. Really goes off of the original circle that you draw. So I'm just gonna speed draw through this part. And lastly, let's do the neck. Start around where his ears are. It's hard for me to concentrate on the drawing and hold up my phone at the same time. I really would like a camera and a tripod, but maybe one of these days. Anyway, his neck is kind of long. For the shoulders, it goes at an angle downward. And I like to draw the Adam's apple too, which is like a curve, like a C. After I do the neck, I sort of finish out his hair on the bottom. That is Akuma. If you want more tutorials, I can do more, but I really suck, so I hope you enjoyed this video anyway. I tried it. I thought I'd give it a try. I don't really like listening to myself talk, so I'm gonna shut up now. Bye!